Okay, so hear me out. If you're anything like me, over the past couple of years, the multiplayer first-person shooter style of game has grown pretty stagnant, I want to say, because it has been milked and milked and milked dry, and boy howdy, let me tell you, there ain't nothing left to milk. With constant battle royales, battle passes, battle asses, battle Jonesies,
This big piece of shit.
battle this, battle that, it's all like brain rot, it's like battle rot. I'm pretty sick and tired of it, I want to say. Granted, I don't play these games anymore. I stopped playing Fortnite like 5 years ago. I don't play Call of Duty anymore. I sure as hell don't play Warzone. And I am just looking, seething for an excuse to delete Siege once and for all, finally, to get it out of my life. Those games are like the trifecta of suffering for me. It's like selling your soul to the devil. And I wouldn't say I'm bad at these games or anything, but I'm also not a casual gamer. But I also don't live and breathe these games and huff Cheeto dust out of my ass crack and sweat every time I play them. I don't mind losing in a game, I don't mind being bad at a game, I don't mind being humble. That's okay, it's all a part of learning the game and learning how to play it. It's okay if you die a couple times your first try, or you get shit on every now and then, because skill-based matchmaking is just one of the worst implementations in gaming ever. And for most of this year, it's been feeling like something has just been missing a little bit for me in the FPS space. Battlefield 6 kind of scratched that itch for me just a little bit, but it didn't completely satisfy it. And the reason I bring up Battlefield is because this game, fun fact, is made by ex-EA DICE developers who made games like Battlefield Bad Company 2 and worked on Battlefield 4. You might have played their previous game, The Finals, which was pretty damn good. And now they've came out with another banger, which is this game, Arc Raiders. I love Arc Raiders so far. Everything about this game, the combat, the gunplay, gameplay, sound design, music, the atmosphere, everything about this game I just love. And I'm gonna explain why I think Arc Raiders is peak. Arc Raiders starts out with a cold opening tutorial to the game. In the tutorial, you're gonna learn the general idea of the game and what it's about. You're gonna run around and you're gonna loot some stuff, break some stuff open. You're gonna shoot this guy on the roof and learn how that works, and then you're gonna learn how to prepare to die when you play this game. Because whether it's a friend, a foe, a bot, or a free kit hoe, at some point, you're gonna die. And dying means you lose all of that sweet, sweet loot you spent all that time picking up and organizing and putting in your backpack. And holy shit, there was a blueprint in there somewhere. Fuck! So this game kind of works like, if you want to think about it in a certain way, DayZ or Minecraft, or pretty much any survival game where you have an inventory. When you die, you lose all that stuff. But in this game, you can extract with all of that loot, using various elevators and raider hatches scattered throughout all of the maps. These places take you back to the main menu / hub of the game, Speranza. When you first get to Speranza, the first few things you'll do is probably customize your character, choose your face, check out the drip, and good god, the drip deserves a segment of its own. You'll spend way too long at the traders looking at the prices of all the stuff that you need or want. Do a lot of your crafting at the workshops and upgrading at the workshops and upgrading the workshops. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. And then you'll take a look at the battle pass. Yeah, this game has a battle pass, but it's fine because it's free. And they also give you 500 coins, because the next one probably won't be. And after you're done looking at all that shit, you'll hop into this badass looking rocket and shoot your broke ass up to the surface, where you will play your first match. Mine went like this. Yeah, that didn't look too good on my track record. But through days 1 through 3, I got better looted, better equipped, and better prepared for the more difficult challenges this game was going to throw at me. And I had really funny ass moments like this.
You're fucking paranoid, man. You are
fucking you, bloody, bloody, bastard, bitch, you, bloody, fuck you, bloody, fucking mother, bloody, fuck.
Proximity chat in this game is fucking hilarious. By far one of the best features. But I want to quickly comb over some of my experiences in the game. But I also don't want to make this video 10 hours long. So I'm going to compress a lot of my clips into one clip to better show off the gameplay of the game and some of my experiences in it without going into detail on each and every one of them, to kind of give you a better idea of what it's like to play the game, if you haven't already.
I have a defib, I can defib you.
Hey there, buddy.
Why are you running?
If you weren't convinced by the footage I just showed you, then let me just try to sell you on it just a little bit more. The core gameplay loop of this game is extremely satisfying to run through. Match-to-match gameplay is just good. There's something about it that just keeps me coming back between matches, even when I lose consecutively and die over and over and over again. There's something about it that just makes me want to persevere. And maybe it's because I've played a shit ton of Dark Souls and Elden Ring, or maybe it's just the fact that I don't want to end the night on a loss, or maybe it's that I can't stop thinking about getting those fucking magnets and an anvil blueprint. And holy shit, I still haven't found an anvil blueprint all this time, and I still haven't found one. And I think what makes the core loop of the game good isn't just the looting and the dopamine hit you get from finding purple items finally, or hitting that room or something like that. It's all the little tiny pieces around it, and all those tiny little pieces are glued together with Gorilla Glue, so it's all super solid. It's like a big ass concrete wall. I don't know where I was going with that analogy, but you get the point. Guns in this game feel amazing. All of them except for the hairpin. If you use the hairpin, you're weird. For example, when you go from a level 1 Stitcher to a Stitcher 4, you can seriously feel the difference in that thing. You can drain someone's health faster than a Marvel Rival swimsuit skin will drain a Gooner's nutsack. That gun makes you feel nasty, because it's like running Bleed in Elden Ring, and everyone thinks that Dex players are nasty. Well, I'm one nasty son bitch, because I love the Stitcher. If I lost every gun in my inventory, I would go to a Stitcher, because it's just good. And the tier 1 weapons do have a really nice handmade feel to them. A lot of them can be kind of difficult to use because of rate of fire or rate of reloading, or they all have their drawbacks, but whenever you work your way up and you get to like the El Toro or the Apregio, even the Berletta, I don't really like it that much. It's just, I don't know, she's not really my type. And then you work your way up to a Torrente, a Renegade, a Venator, or, dare I say it, a Tempest. All of those guns are super good and can give you a huge advantage over other players, but at the same time, you could still get shit on by a guy with a Stitcher 4 or even a Stitcher 1. your gear in this game does make a huge difference, but it's all depending on how you use your gear. You know, a wise man named Vanos Gaming once said, you gotta spend money to make money. Well, in this case, you gotta spend your loot to make loot. But in my case, while I really like the Tempest, I'm too big of a bitch to take it out into the maps and lose it, because chances are I'm gonna be looting one of those lovely red lockers and I'm gonna get shot in the back of the head like a big ol' idiot. The gunplay in this game is great. Love it. I have no problems with it. And the movement in this game feels great. Like, trust me, the second you learn how to ledge grab, you're gonna think you're Kyle Crane up until you eat shit trying to run across Buried City. The movement allows you to flank, maneuver, jump from high places, and either ledge grab or die. And when you're running from a big ass robot, or you're running from a team of people and there's explosions around you, bullets whizzing past your ears, this game can be cinematic as hell. It's kind of like the Helldivers effect, where you'd see all these big ass explosions and things going on around you and it just looked like a Michael Bay movie, and this game kind of has a similar effect. I also think I should point out the fact that this game was made in UE5, and holy hell, it runs extremely well for a UE5 game, which is insane. Now, I'm not trying to shit on Stalker 2, but regardless of what settings I put that game on, it stutters like a mofo. And I got a damn 4090 in this bitch, and it still don't run that well. Even Borderlands 4 and other games that have been made in UE5, Grounded, the original Grounded, still kind of runs like shit. That's mostly due to lag though. And I think it's fair to mention that I haven't seen a lot of people, or hardly anyone in any YouTube videos on this game that I've seen, bring up the comparison of this game to what I believe its closest relative is, which is not Tarkov. This game's a lot more like another extraction shooter called Vigor. Vigor was made by the same people who made DayZ and Arma, Bohemia Interactive, and Vigor was a free-to-play extraction shooter. And previously, Vigor was my only exposure I had to extraction shooters because it was the only one out on consoles. And when I played it was around the time that I was still playing on Xbox and PlayStation. And I thought it was alright. It was okay, but it weren't no Arc Raiders. And as for what you'll be fighting in this game, unlike Vigor, you're gonna fight robots in this game on top of people. And while people, pretty self-explanatory, you know, people calling you slurs and things like that in game chat, and betraying you and all that good stuff. Don't trust anyone in this game. You go in this game thinking, yeah, I'm gonna kill everyone. Shoot everyone you see on site. It's okay to stop and talk a little shit to them every now and then, but still kill them mofos on sight, because trust me, they would do the damn same thing to you if you walked up and res them even. You're talking to them, you know, you're being all friendly, and then they're like, ooh, you got a Torrente on your back. No, I've never really been big on robots in games and shit. Like, for example, Generation Zero, I thought that game was kind of boring, personally, when I played it. But, robots in this game are fucking terrifying. For example, there's nothing that makes me clench my ass cheeks harder when I play this game than a Rocketeer. But fighting robots in this game is also extremely fun. Whenever you're chipping away at these things and they finally go down, they finally blow up, or, you know, if you're rich like that, you could throw a couple wolf packs at them and they just die. They just get disintegrated and you get rich off of their corpses and bodily innards. And the arcs themselves can range from tiny little ticks that crawl around the ground like spiders and jump on you like head crabs from aliens. And then the other arcs can range from a fireball to, holy shit, this game is Elden Ring with guns. What the fuck? As of right now, there's a good bit of arcs in the game. You know, you've got the ticks, the pops, the wasps, the hornets, the fireballs, the turrets. I don't know what their names are. The Sentinels, the Bastions, the Bombardiers, the Leaper, the God forbid, the Shredders. Oh my God, these things are nasty as hell. Get it away from me. Then you have the Queen, which is a boss in the game. And the Queen only comes out through special events on the maps. If the game were to ever get a little bit monotonous, this breaks it up a little bit. You know, you wait for those special moments to go in and head to this one place and fight through the crowds to get to the loot. The Harvester is that shit's difficult. You need to do that on solo. Everyone's friendly on solos with the Harvester. The events that could show up, however, are Lush Blooms, which gives you bonus chances at fruit. It's for the chicken, or if you're fancy, you can call it your cock. Then there's buried raider caches, and raider caches have a chance to spawn blueprints, guns, but mainly spawn ammunition, grenades, and heals and shields, which are also a really good thing to have. You should go hit one of those and stock up after you've gone broke gambling too much in this game. And by gambling, I mean playing it. There's also Space Tower loot and Hidden Bunker, which I would touch on those, but I'd like to leave just a few surprises for you, just in case you haven't played the game yet, you know? Just walk in a little bit blind, you know? Just know that the game is good and go in and play it. But stick around to the end of the video, because I got more shit to yap about. Electromagnetic storms are giant lightning storms that show up, and they're kind of like the nighttime variant of the maps, where you don't have any raider hatches or anything to go to. You can only go to the elevator, and oh yeah, during these storms, there's 2 times loot, or 2 times something, whatever that symbol is. I read it as 2 times loot. And the Electro Storm is a lot like something called a night raid. Night raids in this game are the pinnacle of terror. Holy shit. While yes, there is 2 times loot and 2 times goop, there's also 2 times assholes and 2 times big ass giant robots that want to eat you and send you to Valhalla. And if you think bringing that hatch key with you during the night raid is gonna keep you safe, sorry, you gotta go to the elevator with everyone else, you filthy fucking introvert. You have to go out in public. Night raids can be pretty difficult, not only because the people are just super aggressive and it's kind of like the main PvP mode if you want a PvP. It's also the arcs. The arcs are like doubled, sort of. So like there was 1 leaper before, well now there's 5. That is incorrect math. But we're not going to talk about that. Night raids are when you usually want to hit key rooms that have some of the best loot in the game in them. And yes, of course, you need keys for those rooms. So stock up on those fucking things. And just so long as it's not a stankin' nasty ass green key, you can expect good loot and good goop. If it hasn't already been looted, or if someone hasn't exploited into the room. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. There's a lot of things in night raids you gotta worry about, like extraction campers, room campers, building campers, sniper campers. For example, if you go and you try to kill a bastion for its parts, you can expect people to show up and rob your ass right after you're done killing it, or push the slightest, faintest noise that anyone could possibly hear, because the sound design in this game is fucking immaculate. Holy shit, you can hear everything. So regardless of what you're doing, you can probably, and you should, expect people to push you very aggressively, because this is where all the loot is. This is where the majority of it is. While you can find good goop in the daytime variants of the maps and on the special event versions of the maps, you still find the best loot and the best quantity of loot in a night raid. But as I said, that comes with the added risk of people and arcs. 2 times. But night raids can also have really epic ass moments, or possibly, some of your best moments or best clips if you record them, or maybe sometimes some of the funniest if you decide that you want to go into a night raid with nothing more than a sledgehammer and beat the shit out of the one guy you see and make fun of him for getting killed by a guy with a sledgehammer while he has a fucking Tempest. And going back to Extraction is a whole nother battle of its own, because like I said, people love to camp that shit, but situations like that can lead to some cool moments like this.
Crawl, brother! Crawl!
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 We're close! We're close! We're close to the button! I'm gonna hit it! I'm gonna hit it! We're close! Keep crawling! I'm trying!
So yeah, night raids in general are pretty terrifying. That brings me to the atmosphere in the world. This game has an immaculate atmosphere and amazing world design. If this game didn't have the atmosphere in the world that it has, it 110% would not hit the same. This game takes place in a post-apocalyptic Italy, which has been ravaged by something called arc orbiters, which are these giant ass meteors that fall out of the sky and dust everything on the map, including you if you don't make it back to evac in time. All the maps are littered with remnants of the old world and signs of something more that's been going on behind the scenes that we don't know much about. We don't know where the arcs come from or how the world actually ended, but the game's lore is sort of tied in with the lore of the finals, interestingly enough. But this game takes place about 80 years after the finals, from what I heard, and the maps themselves all feel extremely different, unique, and distinct from one another. You can be stuck in the swamps of damn battlegrounds or the forests and then move over to Buried City, which is a mixture of like desert and tropical, then head over to Spaceport, which is like an industrial wasteland, and then you move over to Blue Gate, which is one of the most beautiful maps in the game. There's lush forests and abandoned freeways. This map straight up just looks like what I imagine Valhalla would look like. This game originally was a PvE game, or a sort of MMO, I'm guessing something like Destiny. And I'm guessing that the entire map at one point was connected, but because they decided to make it an extraction shooter, they turned the map into maps and broke it up. The audio design of this game is extremely good, as I brought up earlier. All of the sound effects are top notch, but so is the music. All of the music I've been playing in this video has been either from the finals or from Arc Raiders itself. And this game does have an extensive lore to it, and you do get a lot of well-crafted cutscenes that give you little bits of lore at a time, but again, there's a lot of blanks left to be filled. And it's pretty unique to have a world that feels both dead and alive at the same time. Like, yeah, the world is mostly populated by players, but underneath you in Speranza is a bustling city full of survivors, people who have been living down there for however many years. And the top side feels both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. It really does feel like a place where a bomb has just swept through, or meteors have just completely glassed everything. But somehow you can still find a shotgun in that desk in that office building. And anytime I run around these maps, I can't help but just like stop for a moment and take it in. You know, the views, the vistas, the music, everything going on around you. It just gives this game that much more of a push towards something special, something that differentiates itself from all of the other shooters out there. And I think atmosphere and music are two of the most important things in a game's design, and this game nails it. All of the characters and the cosmetics and the outfits have a nice retro futuristic feel to them that's somewhere between Fallout and something else, space themed. So yeah, the atmosphere of this game and the world itself is like a 10 out of 10. But unfortunately, what isn't a 10 out of 10 entirely is the game itself. I might have lied a little bit when I said I loved everything about this game at the beginning of the video. So yes, I have some cons and nitpicks about this game. At the moment, there are some pretty, I wouldn't say game-breaking exploits, but some exploits that make the game a bit unfair. Like walls that you can glitch into and become completely invisible, or being able to glitch in the rooms without needing a key for them. At first it was a barricade glitch, and then it turned into you can literally just walk through them as long as you're not by yourself. And I'm sure there's a lot of other exploits that people are yet to uncover. Those are just the two primary ones that are pretty bad. And being able to one-shot a good bit of the enemies with like a tripwire or a blaze grenade does imbalance it a lot and makes the enemies a lot less scary, and you're able to just farm loot off of them, which is never a good thing. The monetization in the game was sort of egregious, I want to say. $20 per skin. Now, I'm of the mindset that I've always hated paid skins in games, right? Because it's just greedy. Think back to the 360 days of like Halo Reach when you could grind to get a skin, and now you just had to pay for them because if you want to look nice, you better cough it up, you fucking broke piece of shit. $70 wasn't enough for us. We need more money. But thankfully, the developers of this game are actually pretty chill, and they nerfed the prices of the cosmetics in the game and refunded the difference to the players. And the new battle pass that's out right now for the Stellamontis map is also free. It's timed, but it's free, and in total, you get 1,000 coins in game by just playing it and leveling up those passes, which is really, really nice. So when the paid Raider deck comes out, you'll probably have enough coins to actually be able to buy it. And I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but for some reason, whenever I started playing this game, I got 1,000 extra coins on top of the 2,400 from buying the Deluxe Edition. Not sure what happened there. It might have been because I downloaded the playtest on Steam, but I never actually played it, but that was an interesting thing. But hey, I'm not against it. Free coins, man. I fucking, hell yeah, brother. And desync in this game is pretty fucking bad because you'll be running from someone or fighting someone and you'll dive behind cover, but for some reason you're still getting shot even though you're behind cover because the server is registering you as being still over there outside of the cover even though you're behind the cover, so the players still see you over there, and that is just no fun, especially whenever you're really looted or you have something really, really good on you and you didn't put it in your safe pocket, or you have a good gun and you can't put guns in your safe pocket and you die to desync. It can make you want to rage quit the game and never fucking play it ever again, which is just, it just sucks, alright? Dying to desync is never good. But, I mean, Arc Raiders isn't the only game that's suffering from desync issues, or that has ever suffered from it. I mean, Battlefield 6 has a really bad desync, and a lot of other games do. So I'm sure it's something that'll be patched out in the future, or fixed pretty soon. And I think my hot take in this video is gonna be, players are both the best and the worst part of this game. Like, it is so cool to run into people and have them be friendly and do a run with just random people that you never met before and be able to talk to them because of proximity chat. And at the same time, when you get killed by a 40-year-old man using a voice changer that makes him sound like a 12-year-old kid, it makes you want to commit mass raider genocide. That's not necessarily a negative or a con on the game. That's just something that, if you haven't played this game yet, be prepared to be shit talked to a lot when you play this game. And be prepared to hone in on your shit talking skills. Shit talking in itself should be a whole nother skill tree in this game. And I most definitely 100% more than anything hope this game is able to avoid any sort of fucking meta, because I hate metas in games. While yes, it can be argued that the Venator was too OP, or that this gun is too OP, or that is too OP, it should be nerfed. Shit like that happens a lot. Sometimes guns are unbalanced, but from my experience in the game, I think all the guns are fairly balanced. I mostly just die to people who are douchebags. And the fucking get good tutorials and shit on YouTube, it's just ridiculous. Like, I do not like weapons tier lists and guides on how to be good at a game and shit like that. I like to walk in blind and learn how to do that myself, because like I said, I wouldn't say that I'm bad at a game, but I wouldn't say that I am the best at them either. But some people cannot handle being bad at a video game. It's never their fault that they're bad, it's always the game's fault. And people like that are usually the people who suck at video games. It's why they don't play Dark Souls. And this is not a hardcore game. This game is pretty damn casual compared to other extraction shooters on the market, like Tarkov, like Delta Force, like games like that. It's pretty easily accessible, but it's, at the same time, it's not a game for everyone, and that's okay. Games shouldn't be for everyone. And back to the thing about metas, I hope that the guns don't get buffed or nerfed into oblivion. I like the way that they are right now, where everything is just kind of nicely balanced there in the middle, and you can use any gun that you really want to and be good with it. Of course, there are guns that are better than other guns, right? But that doesn't really put you at an advantage or a disadvantage. It's more about your skill or your luck. And I think that's how the game should stay. I like the way the game plays right now. I think it plays fine with the gunplay and the balance that it has right now. But yeah, of course, the exploits and the shit like that, and being able to one-shot the enemies and farm them is fucking horrible. Get that shit out of the game ASAP, please. You know, as nice as it would be to farm loot out of key rooms and all that shit, nerf that shit, because that is completely fucking up the economy of the game. And by economy, I mean what people have in their inventories and what's circulating through the loot circulation of the game right now. And another thing about people are the worst part of this game. That guy, you know, that one guy, the burnt testicle. Yeah, fuck that guy. And all of the other people that I don't know, because I'm gonna be honest, I have not looked into it that much. Let me just put it like this. A group of Twitch streamers started a faction war in the game, and they picked out cosmetics in the game to choose to signify whose side you're on. So now there are teams of people that are members of the communities of these streamers that are running around and killing people wearing a cosmetic that they don't like. And this is happening in squads, solos, duos, all of it. It's happening regardless of what mode it's in. So there can be, let's say, a group of 3 trios all wearing the same skin because they're in the same faction. And they're going to kill you because you're wearing a different skin from them, because it goes against what their idol wants in the game. I just don't like Twitch streamers in general, man. Like, Twitch streamers can either be the best thing or the worst thing for a game. And in the case of Arc Raiders right now, it's not a good thing. I'll say that. It's not a good thing. Streamers can seriously fuck up games. They made something good. They made a good game, and I want it to stay a good game. For example, enter Helldivers 2. This game has been completely ruined by the developers, in my opinion. This is mainly a topic for another video, but I'll touch on it a little bit here. Helldivers, at launch, was a good game. It had good guns, good stratagems, a lot of good stuff to do in the game, you know? It felt fun. It was fun to play, and then the developer said, nah, no, that's too overpowered. We're not doing that. So, you're gonna have to eat shit every time you play the game, because fuck you and fuck having fun. You're a grunt, you're expendable, your life doesn't matter. So we're gonna nerf every gun in the game and make you weak as shit. Why? Did anyone want that to happen? No. Did the players want that to happen? No. It was purely out of a personal preference of the developers. And that begs the question, well then why the fuck were the guns overpowered when the game launched to begin with? I swear, Helldivers 2 is more of an early access game than an actual game, but again, that is a topic for another video I plan to do in the future if this video does well. But as far as my issues go with the game, that would be about it. There's no graphical glitches I've really ran into. There's not really many glitches at all that aren't some of those that I mentioned. So all around, like I said before, the game is pretty damn solid and well built and just well done in general. And real quick, there's a few things that I'd like to see added in the future. Now, a lot of people might not like this, but I mean, based off of what the game originally was supposed to be, it was originally supposed to be an open world PvE game. I wouldn't be against seeing that still happen. You know, the developers wanted to do that, and the whole reason allegedly that I heard that they didn't was that it was too boring or something like that. But I mean, hey, if we got a boring ass open world mode where we could run around and survive and shoot arcs and maybe get some materials without having the threat of people up our asses all the time, I mean, I could go either way on it, maybe. I mean, I would like to see it, but I feel like the whole extraction thing could get a little old after a while. So having some variety and different things that you can do within the game itself is never a bad thing. Because I'm sure after a while, you know, there's only so much Arc Raiders you can play before you've seen everything, and eventually the high will die down, which is unfortunate, but something like an open world or an open world PvE mode would be able to combat that a little bit. Or hell, even an open world survival mode for the game. Just turn it into DayZ with robots and shit. That would be interesting. I would never play DayZ ever again. But then again, I don't play DayZ. I played Project Zomboid. And overall, based on what I've played this year, and what I've played the most of this year, while Arc Raiders most definitely is not my game of the year, that honor goes to my hero Henry of Skalitz. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That is my game of the year right there. I hope KCD 2 wins game of the year. If it doesn't, I'm gonna make a really long ass video ranting about it, about how it was robbed and how I am very butthurt that Henry isn't up there on that stage accepting that motherfucking award. Arc Raiders, however, is most definitely my multiplayer game of the year. Now, I didn't play games like Peak, but I did play Battlefield 6, and while I really enjoyed my time with Battlefield 6, when the Battle Pass came out and the Battle Royale, it got really grindy. And Battlefield 6 definitely has some issues. A lot of issues, actually. I still really like it, but it's not at the top of my tier list right now. That honor is going to most definitely go to Arc Raiders. This is my multiplayer game of the year. And I think that's about all that I'm gonna be able to say about the game. I mean, there's not much more I can say other than go buy it. And I'm not really sure how to end off the video, so if you liked this video, if you enjoyed hearing me rant or yap or anything like that, consider subscribing, leaving a like, all that good stuff, leaving a comment. Burn me alive in the comments section if you want to. Doesn't matter, you know. And I'm gonna end off the video really abruptly because I don't really know how.